Hello and welcome to another episode of Journey with Us. I'm Jason Abraham. Today we will look again at chapter 3 of Genesis, but we will look at two verses. Chapter 3 verses 8 to 10. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" And he said, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself." The sound of God's footsteps is enough to shatter man's grandiose idea about himself now that he has become like God. He has gone into hiding. Now his life is governed by shame and fear. If I was to title this episode, I would title it as Man in Hiding. The very rustle that leaves, when the footsteps of God that falls on those leaves, even as he comes in the cool of the day to have fellowship with the humans that he had created, that very sound sends a chill down the spine of these humans who went after that fruit so that they may become gods. But this idea about themselves is soon shattered. They go into hiding. Their lives are governed by shame and fear. Man knows that he cannot hide from God, yet they try. But we know their attempt is futile. The fact of the matter is no one can hide from God, and they knew it. Now it is fear that is ruling their relationship with their Creator. A relationship with God, which was characterized by openness and transparency, is now characterized by fear, shame, and the futile attempt at hiding themselves from God and one another. Sorry for this expression, they have been caught with their pants down, literally. As Gerard Von Rad writes, fear is now a sign of disorder in man's relation to his Creator. Fear and shame are henceforth the incurable stigmata of the fall. The tragedy today is not that humans are hiding themselves from God and others, but the greater tragedy is that they are also hiding from their own selves. We cannot even look at our own selves with any degree of honesty and not feel terrible about who we have become. That could be a possible reason why we have more suicides and self-harm among medical and other helping professionals than the general population. The more we are attuned, the more we are aware of our own selves and how we fall short of even our own standards. Our own idea of who we should be puts one at a higher risk of suicidal ideation. We hide from others, but we also hide from our own selves, as that is most often the only way to live with some sense of normalcy. We are now ashamed of ourselves, and we are sewing fig leaves to hide ourselves from the other. We are scared to show our real selves to the other. So our conversations are limited and superficial, restricted to things like the weather, clothes, furniture, houses, food. We restrict ourselves to the good side of ourselves in our conversation. Man and women's lack of trust or faith in the goodness of their Creator led them to disobedience and sin. We see their unbelief is seen in them taking their lives into their own hands. Now they have become little gods who will decide what is good and bad for themselves. They are now on their own, strangers and rebels with God and others. Fear and shame characterize their relationship with God and others. Nothing much has changed since then. Things have only gotten worse. We will look a bit more in the consequence that resulted from man's disobedience and lack of trust in the goodness of their Creator in the next episodes. In the meantime, know that you do not have to live in fear and shame. Come to Jesus and know what it is to live in the freedom that God makes possible in Jesus Christ. Till the next episode, God bless you and thank you once again for listening in. If you have liked this brief, short episode, please share with others that they too may be encouraged, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you and God bless you. Till the next time.